So, intro-y thing. This is the member Patreon Q&A. All of the questions came from members of our Patreon, which you can join at patreon.com/AJJtheband. But I'm pointing, it's somewhere over here. And yeah. Cool. So, first question comes from TJ, and he asks, is another picture disc in the plans? Did people and can't maintain? Is Knife Man up next?
Yes.
Yeah. We
Next question.
In the future.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait a bit, but yes. The next question comes from Gekek, and they ask, have you or will you release any Christmas music or holiday song covers?
I sang on a Chris Farron Christmas song. So that's one. I don't plan on doing any other holiday songs. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really care about Christmas music. Pretty indifferent to it. Except for Little Drummer Boy. That song's sick.
I like Lowe's Christmas album.
Mm.
They did a good one, you know, sad Mormon Christmas.
Sad Mormon Christmas by Lowe.
Yeah. Rob Halford is about to release his third Christmas album.
Wow, yeah.
I heard shit.
None of which I've heard, but I really want to.
I heard tidbits on the radio. It's powerful.
Is it originals or is it Rob Halford doing the classics?
I think it's a little bit of both, but I think he hits the classics. He loves Christmas. I learned that from his autobiography.
I mean,
which I highly recommend to everybody. The Rob Halford autobiography is gold.
Well, yeah, because you got like
Phoenix Boy,
Hellbent for Christmas,
Christmas in Leather.
Yeah, Christmas Gods. Yeah, Eat It Down. I don't know.
Turbo Christmas. Also, Fuck Christmas by Fear is a cool song. You guys are proving that some Christmas music does matter. Lowe, Rob Halford, and Fear.
And I'm a sucker for Happy Christmas War is Over. I know a lot of people have heard that too many times. That song makes me weep. That song, it pulls my heartstrings.
Great outro melody too.
It really does.
You got a real soft spot for Lennon. Lennon makes you weep a lot.
He does.
You know, I know someone in this band really does like holiday music a lot. Ben, you've been pretty quiet.
I have some fond memories of caroling when I was younger. We wouldn't just like walk door to door, but we'd get like our family and some other family friends would like do a caravan. We'd drive around and go to a few different houses and, you know, interrupt their evening and sing songs poorly and stuff like that. So yeah, I had fun doing that. I've tried to convince people throughout the last like decade, you know, hey, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be funny or ironic if we like went caroling or whatever? And I could never get any takers. So yeah, it can be fun, but you know, we get enough of those songs. I mean, geez, the songs just like are playing over when you're in a store, you know, you hear all the songs, you get enough of them that way, right? Mm-hmm. So I do like to sing a little bit too loudly along with the Christmas songs, like at that time of year when I'm shopping, you know, in stores, just to like kind of see people's reactions. And that's pretty fun.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I just remembered Jason Woodbury put together that, or I saw it from him. Might have put together that mix of like Jamaican Christmas, like trad ska stuff.
Sounds cool.
I should dig that up. I should post that somewhere. Patreon.
Yeah, deep digging.
Yeah, it's just like a mix. It was like a free download mix a couple of years ago that was just like Christmas reggae. But it wasn't like Jingle Bells. It wasn't like you know, we three kings of ska song. It was like actual like originals.
Yeah.
Cool.
No plans to make any Christmas music though. Fuck that.
John Waters released a Christmas comp like maybe 10 years ago of just like really absurd Christmas songs.
John Waters Trash Christmas.
Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly.
Oh, and then there's fucking that King Diamond song, the EP, No Presents for Christmas. Forgot about that. That song fucking rips. Cool.
Bet it does. Shit.
So, next question. All right. Is the letter A like 15 times? Their question. I know you look back at some of your early songs negatively, but are there any that you think still hold up really well?
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, lots.
Okay, cool.
You guys are crushing it.
I like how you're frantically making notes. You're not going to be tested on any of this, I promise.
Now listen.
I could give a little more of an answer. So yeah, last time I listened to like our first album, which was every song I had written starting from age 15 to about age 17, and I listened to that about a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, and I thought this is pretty good. That's yeah. In general, like this isn't my band. I'm not playing these songs, but like yeah, this is all right. So that I guess that doesn't hold up really well. So maybe the answer to that question is no. But yeah, it was embryonic, and yeah.
Next question is from Masuta Alex, and they ask, would you ever do split albums or split EPs with bands and artists like Up, Jeff Rosenstock, etc.?
Yes.
Yeah, I think like I don't know. It's interesting. Like splits are kind of dead now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It's been a while since I've heard about a split or we've been invited to be on a split, which used to be really common.
Yeah, 'cause I think like it was like the internet killed it, right? Because it used to be like the physicality of like it was like people, it was potentially bands helping each other out because like
that's completely what it was.
Yeah, because
it was great.
There's like collaborative EPs and stuff, but that's not, splits were never that. It was just always like you could put a split together without the bands ever helping each other. Just be like, here's a song from this one and a song from this one. So I mean,
we didn't know the Cobra Skulls at the time that we did that covers split where they did Bob Dylan and we did Neutral Milk Hotel. That was like kind of how we became friends, but we were just fans. And yeah, the label reached out to them and it was cool.
So yeah, that would be interesting. Like
they can come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like in some way, like, yeah, if they were to come back, not necessarily like a full collaboration, but like you got to make it more than like the sum of its parts.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do like throw in like a song, a random song by a band on one side of a 7-inch and a random song by another band. I don't know. Unless they're like the two best songs, it kind of feels like a little bit of a cheat.
I think that it's nice when there is either some degree of collaboration or some idea behind it, or if it is a mutual respect for one another, like maybe covering one another's songs. We did that with the Mischief Brew split. No, we didn't do that with the Mischief Brew split. We did that with we did Ghost Mice split, and we did it with any other ones. But yeah, I like when there is some kind of awareness of the other band.
Yeah.
So that's some element of intrigue rather than just like two random songs from random bands and they're together at last, like that's just not really.
Yeah. Like the ZZ Top and ZZ Bottom split that Shoo Shoo.
Yeah.
Whoa,
that was cool. And that was recent too.
I can't remember the name of the artist that does the not Shoo Shoo song, but man,
it's just like
that.
I. It's just like a single letter, right?
Man, that cover is one for the ages. One of the best. Oh man, it's so good.
You gotta check that out. Damn.
Yeah.
Sounds rad.
They do Give Me All Your Lovin'.
Mm-hmm.
Is the cover.
Oh man, that just reminded me.
Cover split is a good idea.
Yeah, something that ties. Yeah, something that ties it together.
There's Deerhoof did one with. Was it Shoo Shoo? There was like
for sure.
Yeah, and it was like the Gunshy split that you guys did too, where it was like there was the Gunshy side where it was Gunshy songs. You guys also played on it, but it was Gunshy songs, and then there was the AJJ side that had Matt was playing on it. They weren't his songs, so like I think.
Well, there's other people too. I mean, it wasn't just Matt. Like the other members of Gunshy played on our side because it had drums and I think violin and all sorts of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, horns probably.
Mm-hmm.
But the Deerhoof did one with David Bazan, maybe.
Whoa, that sounds sick.
If that exists,
I'll look into that. Yeah. So
the Deerhoof cover of Say Hi or of Hi is amazing from that split.
Yeah.
Of the Shoo Shoo split. It's so sick. It's really punk.
Yeah. So I like when like that sort of, there's a reason for the things to be paired together.
Mm-hmm.
Which is to say, like, I think most of us have given tracks to Rosenstock and he's given tracks to us. So, I mean, that would be, the groundwork's already laid for that. So, yeah.
We just got to convince any of these artists that splits aren't dead. Or that we plan to resurrect them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get that Pitchfork article, like, they always write about the saviors of guitar music, be the saviors of the split format.
Pitchfork will never ever write about us.
If we get Jeff Rosenstock or Pup as the other side, then they'll
only write about the others.
Yeah,
Sean did a split, a four-way split. Yeah, you did a four-way split where you contributed a song, Sean, and they wrote about the other three artists.
They also redacted Roswell Kid, to be fair.
Oh, fuck. That's harsh.
Yeah. I was on the side with Roswell Kid, but they only covered the No Age Guy band side project and the Man Guy side project.
Yeah, harsh.
They covered those dudes. Must be nice.
All right. Next question. Emily Thomas asks, which one of your music videos is your favorite?
Oh shit.
I'm gonna say Temple Grandin. I thought it was just super fun to make that video, and the first interactions with Joe Staken, and just like first time doing a music video with a budget. It was just great fun.
Yeah,
came out really good too. I think it looks awesome. I haven't seen it in a while, but I'll have to revisit it.
I'm really, really, really stoked on Goodbye Oh Goodbye.
Yeah.
Like the same director as Temple Grandin, but man. Joe had a vision and he fucking went for it, and it was really awesome and great to be a part of it. It was something that became greater than the sum of its parts for sure. Like that video is better than that song.
Yeah. I mean, the whole second half is just a great comedy sketch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the video is the song is half of the video.
Yeah, totally.
We're working on a video for Body Terror song that looks like it's going to be really cool, but it's not quite finished yet. So look forward to sharing that with everyone once it's done.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We bought Body Terror Song a present to celebrate its virality on Talk.
Toctic. Cool. Next question is also about music. Muhyo asks, who owns the skeleton in Loudmouth music video? Skeleton still around in someone's closet.
That skeleton is property of Clay Tatum, the famed director, co-creator of the show Stone Quackers on FX, and all around entertaining person
Oh, what was
who
the Adult
directed
Swim
that
thing?
video and filmed it in his house before it was cool to just stay in your house and film stuff. What was the what, Mark?
That Adult Swim short that he made?
Oh, Piggy. Piggy's so good.
Piggy's sick.
That's Mr. Piggy to you, baby. Give me a kiss.
Yeah, he's also one of the hosts of the Arts and Entertainment podcast.
I think it's called Arts and Culture Review.
Arts and Culture Review, yeah. Very, very. Yeah, that was. I would assume he still has the skeleton closet.
Mhm.
And it was cool though, because we just like, for Good Luck Everybody, we were just like, we should make a music video, but we're not gonna get people together. Like, the prompt for it was just like, hey, make a music video that we're just none of us are in. That's why you died in a car accident and are a skeleton.
Yeah. Another thing about the owner of that skeleton is he appeared in the previous two videos, or the previous two videos we talked about, Goodbye Oh Goodbye and Temple Grandin. He plays a janitor in maybe both of the sketches.
I think so. I don't know. I gotta revisit those videos. It's been a while.
Yeah,
It's
he's
all-
sweeping or something. Can't remember.
He's also
He rolls the wheel. I know he rolls the wheel in
He's the wheel.
Goodbye.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and then he's in that Piss Jeans video for what, Bathroom Laughter, like
Mhm.
camera operator, I believe.
Yeah.
Music video extra to the stars. All right. Next question. Dylan McDowell asks.
What's up, Dylan?
Got a bunch from Dylan. First one. I always introduce AJJ to friends as quote, if the Coen brothers made music. Each song just blends humor and darkness perfectly. My question is, can an AJJ song be too dark or too humorous? Is this something you are cognizant of when creating music?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah. Like if it's you season to taste. So I don't like things to be too humorous without having something to balance them out, because then they're just kind of novelty songs, which I don't mind, But like for this stuff, I'd rather have it be balanced. So it can't be too humorous, and yeah, like you hopefully don't want to like bum everybody out without trying to see some way forward. So I guess it can be too dark, and yeah, sometimes I feel like I miss the mark, and end up having something that's unbalanced, but I try not to. Yeah. And to answer the last question, obviously that is definitely something I'm cognizant of. Though maybe I wish I wasn't.
All right. Next question from Dylan. Have you ever played a show with Pat the Bunny? Sean, do you ever run into him in Tucson?
He doesn't live in Tucson anymore, but we've Ben and I have played shows with Pat. Once in Gainesville, Florida, at like a house full of a punk house, and then again in Tucson at I think Dry River. That was with Ramshackle Glory.
There's definitely a time we played at the boxing gym with Ramshackle Glory.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
And yeah, very limited interaction with Pat personally, but he just seemed like pretty quiet dude, really nice, great musician. So yeah, it would be cool
really nice
if he still lived in Tucson. Yeah, last I heard, I might be getting this wrong, but I think he's like like a cyber monk, like he does programming, and he lives in a monastery. I'm probably getting that wrong, but yeah.
That's a cool legend. If not true, it's
Sure
a great
is.
rumor.
I'd like to perpetuate that. I love the sound of it.
Yeah.
So best of luck. Best of
Coding
luck.
in his techno sanctuary.
Yeah. If I ever disappear from like public, I want people to spread rumors about that sort of shit. Like, oh yeah, space janitor. Like, Cybermonk sounds way cooler.
We have plenty of time to figure it out. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, if I disappear, I'm not going to be making up my own rumors anyway.
Sure
There's a lot of space trash. We probably need some janitors out there.
Yeah.
Clean it up.
All right, and then the last question from Dylan. Oh,
Sorry, I just got to interrupt really quick. That reminds me of an awesome band name. This is a band from Phoenix called the Janitors of Anarchy.
Oh yeah.
They did a split with the Complainiacs. So there's
That's a
some
sick name.
fun Phoenix music history there. And you were saying, Mark.
Oh yeah, just moving on to the last of Dylan's questions.
Jesus, Dylan.
Yeah, just getting their money's worth. What's the story behind the radical song mashup you did? Club. How long did it take you to put the songs together? Any interesting stories behind the song choice?
Oh, this is a fun question.
It is a fun question.
Yeah, so maybe 3 days before we went into the AV Club? Like, do you remember how long we had to prepare?
That sounds
Like
about
2
right.
days, a day or two.
It was not much time to prepare. Most of the preparation I recall was done, like us listening to songs in the van, making just making some notes, a little bit of time rehearsing them during sound checks for the next couple shows. I recall being very doubtful that we would be able to pull it off. But I also remember being really satisfied with the results.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Turned
think
out so sick.
what they asked us was like, 'cause this was the second time we were on there, so they hit us up and it's like, well, we're off season, we don't have a list of songs, but would you guys want to do like a medley of songs from episodes?
Yeah.
Tried to one.
They liked us because we were scrappy, because the time before we had they'd crossed most of the songs off the list. I don't think a lot of bands wanted to cover the Stone Temple Pilots song, but we did like this kind of cool Devo version of it. So that I think they were stoked to have us back after that one.
Yeah.
And then we got like the full list. We could do anything we wanted.
Yeah.
When we did everything we wanted.
Yeah, we initially just made a list of like, everyone's like, I like this song or like this little part, and then a lot of it was the mechanics of it, a lot of it was figured out like with acoustic guitars and things like backstage, just like, oh wait, and then this can go into this, and then we tried it out at soundcheck. It came together really fast. It was really rewarding. Proud of that.
Yeah, good job to Jeff Rosenstock too. That was like the intro. I don't remember how many songs they did, but it was all like one continuous piece. Like that would be a cool 7-inch split, but you just do it on like one side or something, maybe like a large, like a 9-inch one-sided thing. But
if it was a split,
that's a cool idea.
If it was a split, it would ruin the magic.
Yeah.
That transition.
Maybe a share, not a split. I don't know.
Yeah. But
a picture disc on the other side, or like a print on the other side.
There you
all
go.
the songs.
one-sided 9 Inch.
But yeah,
It'd be a nightmare as far as like all the songwriting. Like because when you do a cover, you're supposed to pay out to the original songwriter. So it'd be like
we'd have to bootleg it.
Yeah,
we'd have to do it we could do a lathe of it with like just like on a private press and not have to deal with that kind of copyright stuff. But then we would, then it might be kind of hard to move them. I heard with bootlegs, the goal is you just got to move them fast. Like before they know what's happened.
Before you get the cease and desist, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Before it's banned on Discogs, you gotta have it all gone.
We got to start by getting that track, and then we can move forward.
So I was gonna mention I found the videos.
We'll send Jeff some copies.
Somebody like reposted because they're gone, which sucks. But somebody reposted the videos on YouTube, and I downloaded them, so at least I have like YouTube rip quality. And I was gonna yank the audio out and put that on Patreon, but sucks that we don't have the high quality version of that audio. I've tried. I've asked. It's just too much turnover. And the David Bowie one, the Quicksand, that's just gone as far as I can tell.
That's such a bummer.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
Next question. Jonah asks, I really like your covers of the Pixies. Would you ever release a Pixies cover album? Doolittle by Pixies by AJJ.
We did.
Probably not a whole album.
Yeah, I don't think we would do a cover album. We did do a cover set 2007 for Halloween. We played an entire set of Pixies material, and it was awesome. It was really fun.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think we would record all that, but yeah, they have a lot of great songs. Fun to play.
Maybe if we played it. Oh, go ahead, Preston.
I remember at that show, I was watching that show, and it was so good. My favorite part of it was like y'all finished a song. You're like, that sounded good. Let's just do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I don't remember.
Why not?
Yeah, that was spot on though, man. Yeah, fun night.
Fuck yeah! Oh, that was a fun night. That night really, really cheered me up. Yeah, that was a hard time. Ben and I had just found out that our coffee shop had the locks or had the doors closed on them, so we were like jobless coming home from a festival, and then at the end of the night it was just fucking glory, Pixies glory. Maybe if we find a band that likes the Pixies like we do, we could do a split with them and we can cover Pixies songs.
You both do half an album.
Yeah, there we
You go. You get the full album of Doolittle, but just all right, next question comes from Sam M. They ask, have you had any memorable moments with fans, whether good, bad, or just weird?
All of the above. Yes.
So many.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our fans are awesome. I love the fans. I love the weird interactions, the awkward interactions, the good interactions.
The bad ones are fun too. The bad ones create the best memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that guy that Mark killed in Minneapolis, and that guy that Preston killed in Albuquerque.
Yeah,
it's like fucking murked him.
Yeah, that woman that killed you in South London.
Oh yeah, killed me with a pebble.
Yeah.
Not really much of a fan by the time they left. They were not a fan.
No.
Yeah, that was just an interaction with a person by the end of it.
Yeah.
An angry person.
Yeah.
A person who attempted to exchange a pebble for a t-shirt at our merch table, which is awesome. I really respect that.
Yeah.
Why not try? That's cool.
But if you give someone a pebble and say and then go to a different person and say, I gave that person a pebble, don't lie and say that I said you could have a free shirt.
Well,
and then don't get mad at me if I choose to get rid of that pebble. because I don't need a pebble right now.
Well,
That's,
but you, Andrew, said that she could have a shirt. Remember?
Oh,
that was how she
Yeah.
betrayed her. Yeah, she went over to Mark. Was like, Andrew said I could have a shirt. Oh,
It's
really?
like, who's Andrew? Who the fuck's Andrew?
Andrew. Oh, okay.
So yeah, but they're yeah, just moments with fans or people that you meet on doing band stuff. It's great, and I really, really, really miss it right now.
Oh shit! I just remember
I
a really
miss them
good
all.
one. We were in this is like a year or two ago, and we were in a Sheetz or a Wawa, and somebody was wearing an AJJ shirt.
Yeah.
And then
Was it Ben?
Sean went to chat him up a bunch. It's just like talking about like, oh yeah, cool, you gonna go see them? Yeah, we're gonna go too. I think this was on the Pup tour, maybe. And
Yeah.
they just had no
It was like the
idea.
last
And then we got in the
shows.
van, and there was like a tweet that was like, I think I just accidentally met AJJ and didn't know it was them. That was sick.
That was
That was
great.
fun. It felt like a twat.
Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
looking for some kind of surprise, some kind of like big reaction. There's like,
Yeah.
listen to him.
I feel like everybody was kind of like vaguely circling this person for like hoping for recognition.
Yeah, just like
Sean just gets an acoustic guitar out, sits outside the van. Oh, this whole thing?
Starts playing Lady Killer.
yeah. Just trying to lap up that attention. Please,
Oh, man.
please pay attention to me.
Awesome. Next question comes from Julian, and they say, what is the process for writing a song? How do you choose what songs to put on what albums?
Yeah. There's a million processes to write a song. And you pick out the best ones that fit to put on the album.
There's a book called Songwriters on Songwriting that is really fascinating and has a lot of goes to show that there are myriad ways to write songs. You know, you just gotta choose your path for each individual song. You can write songs in different songs, different ways. It's all up to you. The choices are endless.
And the last question for this section of AJJ centric things comes from Oliver Bock. And
Hi, Oliver.
Hello. I was being Oliver for some reason.
I liked it.
I channeled him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
They write, I've seen you guys in Boise the last 5 times you've been here, listing all of those times. What times came before that, before 2012? Is it true there was a show in some rural cowboy bar in Idaho where you played all of Aeroplane Over the Sea, or is that just an internet legend?
So yeah, the early Idaho shows, there were 2 previous Boise shows that happened at a place called the Boutique. Does that sound right? Or does that sound right? Banquet?
There's at one point it was called the Bluebird, and I think that's when we played there with the Queers and Baum and Lemuria and Kepi. But then the time before that, the same venue was it the Bouquet?
Okay, I think that might be right. I don't know. One of them it's something similar to that, so you can do your research. The first time we played there, I gotta throw this band under the bus.
Yeah, dude, fuck them.
So yeah, this is our first tour ever, and we show up, and there's another touring band called Born Losers from Portland, and ourselves, and then a local band called The Tables, I believe. And there was hardly anyone there. There's hardly anyone there. We kind of, asked them if they could play later because they had some, folks from in town show up to like see the show. At that point,
a bunch of friends and family, their parents, everybody. It was like a graduation party.
Yeah, and back then, that was kind of the customary thing you do. Like it's not like the touring band would be the headliner. You'd actually have the local band play last. That means that like people would stay for the touring acts because it was before, it's like small spots, and oftentimes a touring band is like not known. So like that's how you kind of get people. It was like that was like the proper etiquette at that point in time. But of course, like the band just like insistent, like no, we're gonna play first. We're gonna play first, and then they played, and I do remember the bass player having like a fan set up right next to them, so their hair was like blowing and stuff. It was like a real show they put on. And then immediately afterwards, the band, as well as all their friends and family, just took off, and like. So us and Born Losers were each other's audience. Like we were the only people in the audience for Born Losers, and vice versa, them for us. So fuck the tables. And on that same tour, we also played Kimberly, Idaho, which we played Kimberly, Idaho, and like also I think later that evening we played Twin Falls, and also we did like an open mic earlier. So we did like a small town kind of Idaho triangle
mini tour.
Yeah. And the Kimberly, Idaho, that was the weirdest one, which that one's kind of legendary. I don't know exactly what we played. I doubt that we played the entirety of Airplane Over the Sea. But we definitely, showed up, and they saw us like, okay, cool, like some acoustic stuff, upright bass, I'm into it, and we start playing music, and then, our buddy like Dylan takes out the t-shirts, like it has like a pentagram and like upside down crosses on it and stuff, and like the mood like changed immediately. Like we kind of like had to like finish our set, like we had to like finish our set and like scoot out real quick before like a fracas occurred. Yeah, it was weird. We
they vibed us out.
Yeah, it was, and I mean, yeah, there were some scary people in that bar. But
so Kimberly and Twin Falls is a part of a Tri-City area. I can't remember the name of the third city, but we played all three of those towns in like a day and a half.
Is it Eden?
Probably. I'm not sure.
That's where I got stranded on the Rosenstock tour. I think it was Twin Falls. We took an Uber to Twin Falls to do karaoke.
Oh, cool. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, sounds badass. The person who set up the shows for us was this old cowboy poet man named Lonnie Cardwell, and he lived on a ranch or in a llama farm with this really nice older lesbian couple, and so he was the promoter. He was like a Christian cowboy country singer, just a class act, and he put us up in their at their farm. And we got to like hang out in a jacuzzi. I remember that. And that one of their llamas' names was Rama Lama Ding Dong.
They had a cool Dalmatian, I remember too. That would like smile, like it would show its teeth. And it kept on smiling. That was a fun, first tour. That was super great. Yeah. Like a couple days in Idaho. And although that show was kind of a bust, it's a great story. As far as the one with that shitty ass band Tables, who haven't heard anything about since.
Awesome. Cool. So next question comes from Hunter Squires, and they ask, in what ways do you feel your non-music jobs helped in your music careers?
What do you got, Preston? Go for it.
They allowed the biggest criteria for a non-music job was allowing the space for the music to happen. So in my senses, when I lived in Arizona for a bunch of years, and no one had it too, cleaned up parking lots was an outdoor custodian. And it allowed me a lot of time. It allowed me to be able to work in the middle of the night when I wasn't doing anything. Else, and let me do music the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I
I had that job,
This?
that
what
same
do you
job
got?
as Preston, but I also had I think I've had the same job as 3 of you. I don't know if I ever had the same job as Ben, but I've been a Postmate like Mark, delivering food to people.
Yeah.
I did the cleaning up. Preston got me that job, cleaning up parking lots, and then I worked at the shelter, where Sean worked, and yeah, I think all of those allowed for flexibility because you could kind of pick your schedule a little bit with all those jobs, but in particular, Cass is like having worked there, I can see where a lot of sort of like creative fuel came from for Sean, because he's got that amazing way of like putting into words a thing that everybody sees. Sorry, Sean, I gotta do it to him. Yeah, he's got a great way of putting the human condition into words, that I really admire and strive for. And that's a great place to witness some raw ass human condition.
That job was a real empathy builder for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be really cool if people had to like volunteer or do some kind of human services work for 2 years after high school. That'd be really neat. But
Mandatory empathy.
yeah, like it would be cool. Maybe just a couple different like empathy programs. Like you could like work 1 year in the human services sector, 1 year in food services. So people would be fucking nice to food servers.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that should be a prerequisite to go to a restaurant. Be a customer at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be allowed to do that without like having at least worked a month in a restaurant or a coffee shop or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I guess we not at the same spot, but I worked at Zia Records and you worked at Tower Records, maybe, or did you work at a record store for a while when you were younger?
I worked at Tower Records with Connor from Kids vs. Columbus. It was like one of the first Arizona people I met.
Sweet.
Wow, cool.
And how did working at a record store help your music career?
How did it help my music? Connections, bro. Connections.
All kind of networking.
Networking.
No, I was, the thing that really bums me out was that, we'd have in-stores occasionally at Zia Records, and it was cool. The big event. But Joe Strummer, a few months before I started working there, did an in-store, and like one of my coworkers was like complaining about him. My coworker who had to go like pick him up at the airport, and then he brought him to the in-store. And then like Joe Strummer is like, hey, like, could you play some reggae or something? Like complaining about the music that was on, like, the music, the house music. And like my coworker's like, what's his problem? Like he only cares about reggae. Like what? And it's like, fuck you, man. Just like Joe Strummer, he's a fucking legend. Like what I wouldn't have given to like start that job a little bit earlier and be the person that like goes to, like pick up Joe Strummer at the airport.
Give him some reggae.
Sounds fucking awesome. I would have given him the reggae for sure. No complaints.
Give him some reggae.
Yeah. Missed opportunity. Oh well.
Respect.
Really trying hard to think of an answer to this question that's just not no.
People are asking a lot of yes or no questions today.
Well, I mean, it kind of sucks in a way, but it's also the reality of it is that like, my past jobs did not help me in any way for what I've wound up in, like, and I think that's
true.
It's something that like, a lot of programs or a lot of like community colleges and stuff are like rolling out like music business programs and stuff like that now, which like I think sets up the expectation that you can just kind of like climb a ladder to an extent, or like develop a skill set in a way. But like, I think everything that I've learned about like this career has been fucking up something and thinking I'm never going to do that again.
Yeah, it's the best way to learn stuff is to make, like, given the freedom to make mistakes, I feel like is a really important skill and like the best way to learn.
Yeah.
I think that like also it has to do with our particular kind of the level at which we find ourselves in the music business. I think that you probably could go to like Full Sail or something, take one of those programs, like go to roadie school and maybe go get a roadie job for some big band, you know. But kind of we're
at your graduation ceremony, they give you a pair of fingerless gloves.
And I mean, and, you know,
You
even
get a 930 Club T-shirt, or
yeah, like not that you know, I mean, even the conservatory in Tempe, the recording conservatory, has been around for a long time, and not that you get a career by going there, but a lot of people do well. But yeah, but it's kind of up to them. Yeah, it's up to
most of the people that
themselves.
Most of the people that I knew that went to the conservatory didn't end up like pursuing music as a career.
Yeah.
That's just my person. I can only think of a couple of people anyways, but I think like, yeah, the skills that we all have are interdisciplinary. You know, it's not like it's just one single thing that we each know how to do. It's not like we just know how to play our instrument. You know, we have to have some understanding of logistics, you know, planning, trying to think of some other stuff that we have. I mean, there's just like, you have to be able to, I don't know, it's just grunt work, but you know, being able to load a van is an important skill to have. Having some degree of self-control is a skill, I might say, you know, that you develop over touring for a while. Driving, different conditions, you know, like there's so many skills that all of us have from being in this band and other bands that are very useful to being in a touring band, but aren't really like don't really have much to do with like playing music necessarily.
I will say
we've devoted a lot of time to this question.
Yeah.
Sure have.
What did you say, Mark?
I will say that Postmates made me better at just sitting in a vehicle for hours at a time. Like once I started working for Postmates, like the touring after that was way like the driving part of touring was way more like easy. It was just like, yeah, you're just gonna sit in a fucking car all day anyway. Like, you don't have to get antsy. You're used to this.
This is your life.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Cool. So the next question comes from Cassie, and they ask, a friend and I have had the same debate for years, and I'm hoping you all might be able to help settle it. I believe Greg Graffin, Bad Religion, has the most powerful stage presence. He believes Dean Ween, from Ween, does. Between those two, who do you think really owns the stage? What candidates would you throw into the ring?
Nick
In the
Cave.
Ween. Yeah. In the Ween Live from Chicago concert film, every time Dean Ween takes a solo, he does this. He just like bends over and like lowers his head and plays the solo. And then when the solo's over, he stands up again.
That's awesome.
For every solo, shamefully, furtively soloing. So he fucking wins.
Yeah, that's
completely. Yeah, and then stage presence, who I would throw in the ring to battle Preston's Nick Cave would be the guy from Piss Jeans, Matt Corvette. Has my favorite stage presence.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular. Oh, just thinking back on it.
Yeah.
I like
Spencer
Jeff
from
Rosen.
Ceremony's pretty good.
I like Jeff Rosenstock a lot. He's just like a fucking ball of energy, like cannot be contained. Just like it seems like it's a lot of effort just for him to like break away from rocking out to do the lyrics, to like sing certain parts. It seems like somewhat of an inconvenience for like, you know, to like not do the kicking and flailing around. Yeah, just what a joy to watch Jeff Rosenstock perform.
Even talking in between songs, he's so fucking amped.
Yeah.
I would throw known guy Allen in. That guy.
I just watched
his stage presence.
Touche. Powerful.
Exceptional.
I just watched that documentary about his brother Merle and his mom called I think it's called The Allens or All in the Family. And I forgot his little belly button of a micro penis. It's so small. GG's, not Merle's.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good documentary though. You guys should watch it.
The name is great.
Great
All
footage.
in.
It's pronounced Allen.
All in the family. That's
Allen
great.
the family.
Allen the family.
Yeah, it's awesome. Merle seems like a pretty cool guy. Seems like a guy I'd hang out with now. So I'm gonna probably eat those words.
When he shows up and wants to hang out.
Yeah. But he runs a nice mail order operation out of his house. The Murder Junkie still tour. Dino, the drummer, is still there, sticking drumsticks up his butt. And Merle's selling those drumsticks online, giving all the money to Dino. Sweet. Sorry,
Seems like
tangent.
that might be something that like you'd have to mention like when you're shipping the drumstick. It seems like that list of like.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, they buy it for
Hazardous.
that.
No,
He, like,
no.
writes,
Yeah.
I stuck this.
You have to tell the post office. Like, is there anything
Just have like
hazardous?
batteries or acid
Yeah.
or no, Dino. Just a little
I don't
Dino
think-
shit.
I don't think Merle would tell them.
Yeah, I don't think so either. We shouldn't blow his cover either.
No. He also sells poop paintings that he does himself.
Yes. Awesome.
I look forward to hearing how it goes when you guys hang out. It's gonna be awesome. We should invite him to the next Q&A.
Oh my god, that'd be sick.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Who's your wait, did we miss one? Oh, and who's your favorite who owns the stage?
Yeah, Rosenstock. I think I'd have to second Rosenstock. When we opened up for him, it was like, when Roar opened up for him, getting to watch them play every night was like a complete joy. It was really, really cool to see. Like, it wasn't, eventually like you grow tight with a band that you're touring with, and you're like, you don't have to watch every set, and you don't feel like necessary to. But like, I definitely made a point to try and catch what I could of their sets, because like at that point he was playing saxophone and like walking on whatever was like walking out into whatever sort of peninsula of a venue area he could while playing sax, and it's like,
That's fun.
he was LVing super hard, and it was really, I think, a particular cool mix of like watching a friend be sort of like the cool rock and roller person that you know they can be. So it's like a double whammy of like, even objectively, if I just saw that, I'd be like, whoa, that's like pretty cool.
Fuck yeah. It's
Yeah.
Dillinger's escape plan was cool too, except when I saw them actually hurt someone, and then I was like, oh, that's not cool anymore. But up
Yeah.
until that point, it was pretty like, whoa, what am I watching?
Yeah,
And
I did think
that band Wives had a good stage
that
presence.
YouTube video that is like an internet classic from like thousands of Dillinger Escape Plan playing at like a fucking
In the mall.
mall. Yeah.
It's an amazing
Wow.
gif of just him run like,
Yeah, yeah.
They
The
just do
set
that
starts
intro.
and he just
Dun, dun, dun,
sprints
dun, dun,
onto
he
the
just-
crowd.
I think
So
that was
good.
like one of his first shows with him, and he was really trying to prove himself. Like, oh yeah, I could be tough. You want me to be tough? I'll fucking be tough.
But
Here
I
we
mean,
go.
even their singer before that would like breathe fire and shit.
Yeah, the Fireside Bowl had like in Chicago had the ceiling tiles were all like singed because of that. I mean, some of that was probably just dirt from over the years. But I think some of that's singed from fire breathing escape plan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we're gonna go down this route, then I have way cool stage presences.
Yeah.
like
Bring it.
Sakevi from Gizm, like firing blanks into the audience, or like that noise musician I driving a bulldozer into the venue through the wall.
Was that Boredoms?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
He's from the Boredoms,
Oh,
but
okay.
it wasn't a Boredom show.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's some fucking stage presence.
That's some stage presence.
There's
When I was looking at
Caroliner made like a fat suit out of rotten fruit and pantyhose, and like got on this, it was in San Francisco, and like cut it open just like onto the floor of the club, rotten fruit everywhere. Made the owner cry.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I gotta give a shout out to Treasure Mammal too.
Yeah.
That's a stage presence. Considering
Excellent point.
yeah, it's one thing to, be on a stage at a huge audience, like with a huge crowd and just be rocking out, but like Treasure Man will bring like an army of Christmas inflatables to a 5-person show in a storage unit. Like,
Yeah.
it fucking.
Well, that's more of an offstage presence too, though,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
It's kind of rare for Abe to spend much time on the stage.
Yeah.
Dude, when
And
we did,
Abe does the thing where you play the audience. He turns the audience into his instrument, which is sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
when we did the, oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say he like doing the conga line and shit when we played with them in like Dallas and Austin.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I when Abe and I really became friends was when we did this I'm Gonna Sleep in the Sea and Treasure Mammal tour together in like 2005 or 2006 in like in No Ages old minivan with no air conditioning in the summer through the South. It was like because we were playing for just like nobody, and Abe was by himself. So I would start accompanying him with like a little bit of synth and stuff later. But like I had so much respect for watching him just like do that exact thing, but completely alone. Like now he's got dancers and he involves the audience more, but then it would be like he's just being crazy and like intense and like just by himself. And I keep telling him like I would love for you to go back to just being solo in that context because it's so great. But yeah, that's solid shout out, Mark.
All right. Let's do this next question. So Avery asks, so the first part of this question has been asked a few times, but the second part is pretty interesting to me. Imagine there was a major memory wipeout through the world and you had to pick one song that would help remind you of who you were. What song do you pick?
Wow.
Sell Out by Real Big Fish.
That's a good one.
Superman by Goldfinger.
It's an even better one.
Tough one.
The
I don't
Rite
have a
of
good.
Spring by Stravinsky.
Wonderwall.
Mannheim Steamrollers Deck the Halls. Speaking of Christmas, I totally flaked on Christmas music. I fucking love that song. That was like what got me juiced on synths and music in general. I was like 2 years old doing somersaults, my dad said, in the living room just to listening to Mannheim Steamrollers Deck the Halls. It was like
That's awesome.
couldn't hit me harder.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I would reawaken to that for sure.
I'm gonna say, oh shit.
Gotta play it
Now
so
I
you
have
can
two
remember.
Well, now I have two songs stuck in my head. I was thinking of one and then I thought of another one. Everything I do, I would do it for you. That song by Bryan Adams from the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that one.
Good tune.
Or I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston from the Bodyguard soundtrack.
It's a really specific time period.
Yeah,
Did you
I think it just kind of reset. I'd be like set me back a little bit and then had to start over from there, you know. But I think it would be a good spot to start at and then move forward.
When you were a kid, did you have one of those comps that would have movie songs on it?
No.
Okay.
I just had those. I don't know, I probably recorded the Bryan Adams song from the radio and then had it on just like a tape. But I definitely had the Bodyguard soundtrack, the entire Bodyguard soundtrack on a tape. Big fan of that movie.
Yeah.
I would choose "Symptom of the Universe" by Black Sabbath.
Cool.
That would remind me of who I am.
Yeah, I bet. For me, it'd be a song that I sing at karaoke a lot. "I Swear" by All for One.
Oh, you do.
I think that would at least remind me of who I love in the world.
Karaoke.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. So the next question is more of.
Wait. Did Mark and Owen answer that one?
Yep.
Did you?
I can't
Yeah,
think
man,
of
I'm Steamroller.
Deck the
Oh yeah.
Halls
Sorry.
from the
Sorry.
1984 Christmas album.
I apologize.
Or 82.
I can't think of a good song.
Doesn't have to be good.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, I can't think of like a reset song. I don't know.
Transylvanian Hunger.
No, it's not. It wouldn't be that. I'm just trying so.
Mr. Bungles, some kind of System of a Down song. Corn, something I'll follow the leader.
Yeah,
Twist.
Freak on
the
the
acapella version of Twist.
Freak on a Leash from
Oh yeah.
would remind me of so much stuff, both good and bad.
Still can't believe Limp Bizkit plays on the top of the Twin Towers in the Roland video. It blows my mind.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, you know, they were the biggest. They were stars. They were. He had the Yankees hat and everything. They were allowed wherever they wanted.
Kings of New York.
From Florida.
I just thought about Limp Bizkit disintegration loops.
All right.
That would be cool.
I have a project for later.
Yes.
The Roland video that's on the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
Okay. I have an idea. All right. So next question comes from Jules, and they ask, any thoughts on the 2018 film Mandy?
Oh,
Good
Loved it.
film.
so many thoughts, so many feelings. Perfect movie. It's perfect.
Did you guys
There's-
see Beyond the Black Rainbow also?
Yes.
Haven't seen that one yet.
Also
That's
excellent.
cool.
Yeah.
There's a local to Tucson. There is a cult leader named Tallius Van, also known as Gabriel of Urantia, formerly Gabriel of Sedona. And he is the villain in the movie Mandy is the spitting image of this fucking guy. And so when I saw Mandy, I immediately thought of him, and I loved it. I loved Mandy. Had one of the best. Huh?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it had one of the best Nick Cage freakouts of recent memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just
Almost
gonna
as
ask.
good. Almost as good as his freakouts in Mom and Dad. I'm done. Sorry, Owen. The
No,
floor is
sorry.
yours. The floor is yours.
I just wanted to ask who you think the Tucson counterpart for Nicolas Cage would be.
Probably one of the many husbands that he sent out into the desert while he fucks their wives.
All right. I didn't see that movie, so this just all got weird.
I was talking about the movie.
Cool. So the next question comes from Kyle. This is a question for Owen. Is there anywhere where we can find Asleep in the Sea's discography?
Yeah, you can get from Ryan at Related Records, Ryan Avery. You can order a cassette of the full length record, I believe, or the full length album, which was approved by all three members officially. I don't know about the other ones, to be honest. And I think there might be one. The first one might be on Spotify, actually. The very first EP. There are two EPs and there's one full-length record. Full-length record is available as a cassette through Related Records, and maybe the first EP is on Spotify. Second one
on my hard drive. It's the only place to find it.
Heads who know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's two EPs on Spotify. There's the new EP from 2006, 7 songs, and then there's a Yay Okay Yeah, the first one.
Weird. I wonder who put them on there.
A head who knows.
Dang.
The second EP. Could you please explain the use of wingdings for all the credits rather than whose idea was that?
I can't. That's Tom's graphic design.
Yeah.
Second one. I don't know.
So he did the
relinquished all control of that. I will say though, the first EP we drew together, all three of us, we drew art for that together watching the Beatles anthology, and it was a fantastic memory for me. The second one was just Tom was like, I got this idea. I think we went like that, and then he was kind of yeah, you'd have to ask Tom, but he's around. I bet he would love to hear from you. Yeah.
Would he love to hear Ben ask him, why did you use wingdings?
He might just be like, I don't know. Seemed like a good idea at the time. That's my guess. He was
case.
Like, what's that? And a DVD case. Yes,
it was true. Also in a DVD case.
Yeah,
I got it around here somewhere.
Yeah, I think I have a copy of that actually. Still, that might be the one hard copy thing I have.
Is the is the full length just a cassette, or is it going to be digital or anything?
No, I don't think he's doing it digitally. I think it's just a cassette, just a hard copy cassette.
Well, the question I have would be like, so everyone signed off, you, Eli, and Tom, on it being released. Is it specifically like we're only okay with it being released on cassette, or like do you think the three of you would be okay with it being released in a different format?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we'd be okay with it. I like when Ryan asked, I was just like, my stance has always been like, yes, of course, like whoever wants to listen to it, great, whatever. All music is free now.
Yeah.
So who cares? But yeah, it's kind of like as long as everybody agrees, because if somebody for some reason doesn't want it, stuff to be out, then that's like totally. It was a super collaborative effort, so like everything needs to be a. What's the word? There's a specific word.
Decision.
Unanimous.
Unanimous. Thank you. Yeah.
Anonymous.
It's a really. It's a great. It's a great catalog y'all put together.
Thanks. I definitely
really good tracks in there.
I definitely missed the collab. Like there were some, especially recording at Jalapaz's house and his when he was in the garage and stuff. Definitely missed the freedom of just being like, oh, I got a weird idea. Let's do this, or this would be silly to do. There was a lot of fun in the making of those records, and it was not very serious.
Comes through.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird, goofy shit. I'm glad it comes through. Not now, no.
Cool. Next question is from Jonah. This is for Sean. Do you ever think you'll release skateboarding's greatest hits to streaming services?
Probably not. I don't know. I don't know how I'd go about clearing those. And I listened to it a while back and was like, eh. So, but then, yeah, maybe, probably actually one day when I don't have anything else going on, I'll listen back and be like, sure. But yeah, for now, I think it's on YouTube and it's on the best streaming service of all, quoteunquoterecords.com.
Yeah, you could just download it for free.
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah, www.quoteunquoterecords.com is where it is for sure.
And the final question comes from Aidan. They ask, how old were you when you started skateboarding?
I was 5 years old when I got my first skateboard for Christmas. 1 year.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I
30 years.
I remember I was thinking about, I saw this question and I was thinking about it. I think like my first like real skateboard that had concave, it was fucking awesome. You know, it was like a flip Tom Penny complete. I believe that was like 6th grade. But then I was thinking back, we had this fucking flat board that was made out of fiberglass. And it was like maybe, I don't know, like 20 inches long, super tiny, really narrow wheelbase, and had like there wasn't grip tape on the top. It was like they put like a little bit of concrete at the back part, so there's a little bit of grip on it. But that was my first intro. Like I mainly just like scooted around on my butt sitting on it. But I had that one, and then like I think it was like 5th grade, I got like the Walmart skateboard, and then it was like amazing when I finally got like ordered the CCS through CCS, got the Tom Penny mushroom complete. Yeah. And it was, yeah. And then it was just amazing. Yeah, it was a fucking huge game changer. I learned how to ollie, like really ollie on that board. And yeah, it was so much fun back then. I love skating.
How old were you when you started skating, Owen?
When I lived in Hong Kong, there was a skateboard left behind by this family, I guess, that lived there. Or I just like I found one. And then, so I was like 8 or something, and then, or 7. And I just learned how to be able to, I would do this, I would like ride on my tummy. And, oh man. Well, eventually I learned how to like just stand up and ride on it. And then in 7th grade, and then I stopped doing anything with skateboarding. And then 7th grade, I was like trying to learn how to ollie. But, my sister had convinced me that because I was very overweight, I wasn't going to be able to ollie properly. And I was like, eventually like, oh man, all right, I guess I give up. And thus began a lot of stuff. Anyway, but one time I was trying to ride on my tummy down I thought I could go on a hill that had speed bumps, you know, like it was a downhill, downward sloped hill, and it had speed bumps. And I was thinking like, I'm going to just fly off of this thing and it's going to be great. And of course, skateboard just stops and I keep going and my face just gets like,
oh, you shaved your face off? No.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Damn.
Lesson learned.
You've been skating a lot lately too. When did you like kind of get back into it?
Quarantine.
Skating in front of your yard. Quarantine?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I think just because we had that board that you gave us from you gave Oliver and I.
Oh yeah, that's
Santa Cruz.
That's a tiny board, isn't it? That's like
I think Azalea might have ended up with the tiny board.
Oh, okay.
She does have a tiny Santa Cruz board. Thanks, Santa Cruz.
Yeah. Thanks,
Jess.
Yeah, I keep trying to learn how to ollie, just ripping holes in all my shoes. It's pretty cool.
Get some shoe goo.
Dad, I'm trying to make the thing that guy made.
I did. It's coming. It's on its way.
Nice.
Thing that the guy made in the YouTube video.
I love to goo shoe.
You take those glasses off, Sean?
They make black
did I
shoe
skip
goo now.
the glasses off request?
Oh, you
You
did?
did. But you know, I mean, that's okay.
Wow.
Ooh.
Your glasses are off.
Wait, are they off or on right now?
They're gone now. That glare is just my skin.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah. This is for CupWolf, who's used to seeing us with glasses and wants to see us, Mark and I, without glasses. So you saw Mark. So.
Now you know.
You guys seen the movie The Jerk? Fucking love that movie.
Not for a long time, I haven't.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
There's like a device. Never mind. It's a great movie. You all should go watch it.
That'll do it for this Q&A. Thanks for watching this far. See you next month. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.
Love you.
Bye.
Zamois.